Hello again. This is Jason from Jason's Journeys and Adventures. We are now in Arizona and you're looking at Ship Rock. Just a really neat looking rock that you drive past. And a lot of this, we just showed some of the crazy features of the landscape as we drove down the highway. We have a day today and tomorrow of hiking to Horseshoe Bend, and then we're hiking another, or I should say I hiked another trail that was really unknown. I just kind of stumbled upon it, and it was one of the neatest trails. It offered more epic views of Glen Canyon Dam and the Colorado River, and it's relatively unknown. I only saw a couple people on it, as opposed to what you're looking at now, where you see a bunch of people going down towards Horseshoe Bend. You've probably heard of that one. This is a Horseshoe Bend, and it's like a lot of others. It's no secret. There's a ton of people. It's a treeless walk. It's a fairly simple walk going down to the canyon. It's well marked on the roads. But here in a little bit, I will be showing you the Glen Canyon Trail. That is a lot. It's just a couple miles up the road from this, right by Glen Canyon Dam, and you see a lot of the same views down to the Colorado River, like what you're looking at right now. That trail was by far, in my opinion, the better trail, but most people want to go to Horseshoe Canyon and get that epic picture of the bend right there, and I understand that. But stay tuned, and I will talk about the Glen Canyon Trail and its surprises. These little bushes grow right out of the rock or the sand. I thought that was really neat. Hey again. This is the Glen Canyon Overlook Trail that I was telling you about. This trail is accessed from either Glen Canyon Dam. You just walk across the bridge, walk to the east side of the bridge, and there'll be a little tiny sign that you'll probably miss if you're in your car. Or you can access it from the opposite end, which basically I just walked out of my motel, the Wyndham, and walked across the road, and there it was. And I thought I'd just walk down this little trail just to see where it went, just to get outside for a little while, and I was blown away by how cool this trail was. This is an actual trail, well defined, and you can see these crazy neat views of the Colorado River down below. You get many views like this as opposed to just the one or two views of Horseshoe Canyon, and you can basically venture off the trail anywhere you want, walk up to the edge, and every view off of this cliff looks different. It was really neat. I was really happy with this little trail. It's about a 3-mile out and back if you go clear down to the visitor center on the dam, which I recommend. If you stay up at one of those, there's a number of motels up there. You can walk down to the visitor center, take some water, get down to the visitor center, and you can refill or fill up a water bottle, refill your water bottle, whatever. They have chilled water in their water fountains down there that you don't have to pay for, so that's really nice. And all these are just different views. You can see that's almost a horseshoe bend all in and of itself right there. And like I said, you can walk up this trail at any point in time and just leave the trail and walk on over to an overlook. And the most of the trail, like you see right here, is lined with stones on each side. That's pretty crazy. I've never seen a trail like that. That took a lot of effort. So the chances of getting lost are very slim. But keep in mind that this red rock really absorbs the sunlight and it heats up. So if it's supposed to be 90 degrees out, it's going to be hotter than that above the rock. And as you can see, there is absolutely no shade. So be aware of that. Take plenty of water and then grab another liter because you're going to need it. I was out of water by the time I got down to the Glen Canyon Visitor Center, and I was so relieved to see that they had water fountains there for additional water. You can see all the really neat features of the rock. You can get up close to the rock, and as you notice on this trail, unlike Horseshoe Canyon that seemed to be shoulder-to-shoulder people, there was nobody on this trail the entire time. And I really wondered why. It seems to be dwarfed by Glen Canyon on one side and Horseshoe Bend on the other, but this, by far and away, is the best hike in the area. You can see all the different rock formations, and they even have their own little version of what I called the wave. If you're familiar with Coyote Canyon, which if you're watching this, you probably heard of Coyote Canyon and the wave, or the White Pockets wave, or another wave that I'm going to post here in a few days that is outside of Las Vegas, of all places. One of the neatest looking waves of rock I've seen besides the actual wave in Coyote Buttes. But you can see here that it's just really, really neat landscape. And as I said before, you can see here it's all outlined. The trail is outlined. And here's a little wave right here, one of them. It's not as pronounced as the wave that everybody knows, but it was neat. And it just amazes me how these little bushes just grow right out of the sand and out of the rock. And if you have any questions on this or directions on how to get to it, I can certainly look that up and tell you. I don't know right off the top of my head, but this is a great little hike with very little elevation change, something that would be fun to take the kids on, especially a teenager would love that. And again, right here you can see I've exited the trail, and I am now on the road to that is the bridge. Cross that bridge, and you will end up in the Glen Canyon Visitor Center. And I apologize, but off the top of my head, I cannot remember who that was named after. Kind of a disservice to that person, and I apologize for that. If you know that, again, put it in the comments, and I will probably re-edit this and put it up in writing. But that was a neat viewpoint right there of that bridge. Tomorrow, I am going, or I should say, our next day on this trip will be day 5, and that will be Antelope Canyon, which is incredible. And then we have a few other places around Page we're going, and I look forward to posting that, and I hope you look forward to seeing that. Please enjoy the rest of this video, and you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on day 5. Walking back from the Glen Canyon Dam, walking across this narrow 2-lane bridge, and there's a semi bringing a house across it. That's crazy.